Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome back to another randomized experiment video. Today, we're going to Italy, beautiful Italy, and we're going to be randomizing the Italian teams. Juventus is obviously the team with a lot of players. Now, a lot of people have asked me why certain players aren't in the randomization. I'll quickly explain that some players might not be in the starting 11 for the latest download, whether that be due to suspension, whether that be due to them just being dropped or injured. It could have various different factors of why those players aren't in the starting 11 and why they're on the bench. The one that sticks out to me right now with the Serie A was Claudio Marchisio was not in the starting 11 for Juventus. Now, he might play. I don't know what's happened with him, to be honest, because I haven't been keeping up with Serie A over the past, 2 or 3 months. I haven't really read anything up on it, so I don't know what's happened with Claudio Marchisio. You guys probably do know. Maybe he just wasn't selected enough, so they've not had him in the latest download on Fifa. So I don't know what exactly it is, but a lot of people ask me, and I thought I'd explain that right at the start of the episode. Before we do look at the teams, guys, if you do enjoy the randomizations, go ahead and leave a like on the video. In the top right corner, you guys can vote between two different options for our next randomization. Are we going to finish off? Are we going to cap off the top 5 European leagues and finish off with the French league? Or do you guys just want to bypass the French league and do you guys want to jump straight into a randomized Super League, 20 of the best European teams in the same league and switching up the players? What do you guys want to see? Should we finish the French league first and then move on to the Super League, or just get straight into it? Forget the French league, no one cares about the farmers, and let's just get straight into the Super League. It's up to you guys. Poll is in the top right corner. Again, I don't know which corner it's in. I always get confused because I'm looking at myself, but I'm facing the other way. It's like looking in a mirror, but reversed. Without further ado, let's take a look at how the teams shaped up after the randomization. Okay, kick things off with Atalanta. They do get the best striker in the league in Gonzalo Higuain, 89 rated. They also have Perisic and Felipe Anderson, and they got a decent team, I would say, barring the goalkeeper. But overall in the Serie A, I found that most of the teams actually were randomized pretty evenly. Bologna have a few standout players, actually a lot of standout players. One of the stronger teams from the randomizer, Immobile, Berardi, and Quadrado as a front three, and then Alexandro in the left-back position with Carnezes in between the sticks. Those are the key players, but very, very solid all around. Cagliari, I thought, got a couple of decent players, back a very good striker, Biglia and Parolo, with Fazio in the defense and Viviano in between the sticks. Again, a very, very strong team. Chievo Verona, holy moly, this has to be one of the worst teams we've randomized so far. They just got screwed, pretty much. Their highest rated player is a player that they already have in Jonathan de Guzman, and he's only 77 rated. There's no key players. There's no one here. We don't even need to talk about any of these players. I feel so bad for Chievo Verona. I really do. Moving on to Crotone. What a badge. Are they little fish on the badge? I like that. Or maybe they're sharks. Maybe they're not little fish at all, actually. Their main players are Pepe Reina and Iago Falca, but unfortunately, there's no real support cast there. I thought Empoli actually got a really well-rounded team. Not really too many low-rated players, barring the left back Martella, 69 rated. They have Dybala, they have Salah, Khedira, and Handanovic, and they really got two very highly rated elite players in Dybala and Handanovic. Even Khedira, 84, 86 and 87, that really buffs up that rating. If only they had a stronger left back, I would probably have them as my favorites, but they're probably, the only reason they're not my favorites is just simply for the fact that that left back position really does hinder them. Fiorentina, very average. They picked up Insigne and Pjanic. The rest of the team is pretty average in general, but those two players are very, very good. Genoa, again, nothing too special. Actually, a little worse off than Fiorentina, I would say, with Gomez and Jorginho. Inter Milan, I liked the look of their team initially when I was looking at who they got, and then I realized they have two players at 69 rated, one at 71, and really the team isn't looking good at all. It's Nainggolan and Marchetti holding up the starting 11, but the reason I think Inter Milan could be outside favorites, maybe, is the bench. Look at the fucking bench. That is amazing. I think that might be one of the reasons that in a simmed format, they might do okay. Looking at Juventus, they weren't able to retain any of their fantastic players, and they've been left with a very, very average team. No one over the 80 rating. Again, for Juventus, a positive is their bench is going to be very, very strong. But unfortunately, none of those players are in the starting 11, which really does hinder their chances of doing anything. I thought Lazio picked up a pretty good team. They picked up Balde Diao, Keita, I guess you could call him, who was already there, so they didn't really pick him up, but they retained him. But they also got De Rossi from Roma. Really, just of all people to move, the only other person where it's like, wow, to see them in a Lazio kit would be Francesco Totti, but he's not in the starting 11 for Roma, so the only other person is De Rossi. I mean, he is Roma through and through, and to see him in a Lazio, or to see his name underneath a Lazio kit, that is a bit strange. But they also got Consigli in between the sticks, Dani Alves at right back. It's a very, very strong team, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them up there at the end of the season. My personal favourites going into the season has to be the red and black, the Rossoneri, AC Milan. Belotti up front, Strootman and Hamsik in midfield, Chiellini, Acerbi and Miranda as the sort of core back three there. But the thing that gets me with AC Milan is they also have Ansaldi, Usai, Verdi, very high 70 rated players. They only have one 71 rated and one 73 rated player. And I just think this team, surely they're going to go on and do something. They're going to be up there. They just have to be up there. I just don't see any way. And I always say this, my picks, my favourites, they never do well. But I believe in AC Milan. I really do. I really think they'll do something. Napoli ended up getting a very well-rounded team. Iva Banega in midfield, Raul Albiol and Basta in defence, and Donnarumma in between the sticks. So a pretty well-rounded team, no real low-rated players. Palermo, I thought, got a pretty good team, actually, but mainly because of Bonucci. His 87 rating really bumped this team up. Very talented players, and I think overall, again, the main positive will be that they didn't get too many low-rated players. Moving on to Pescara, another team that I think did okay, mainly because of the likes of Buffon and Miranda with their massive ratings, but also Kalinic and Callejon will support them, so a decent team, could potentially be a surprise. Roma probably wouldn't be too happy with their draw. Really, Edin Dzeko, which they retained, is the only player over 80 rated. And they do have a 68 rated goalkeeper, so not looking too good for Roma. They do have Francesco Totti. He didn't go to Lazio. I mean, that's a positive, no? Sampdoria, another team that wouldn't be too happy, but also wouldn't be too upset, actually. A very well-rounded team. Bernardeschi, Paletta, Rudiger, and Hart are their main four players there. And overall, I don't really see them doing anything, but they could have been Chievo Verona. Let's not forget, they could have been Chievo Verona. Sassuolo, I thought, got a decent team as well. Again, not too many low-rated players. That's really the key, is not too many below that 74. They picked up Mandzukic, Dries Mertens, and Rodriguez, the three players above 80 rated. So again, another very average team, and that's how a lot of these teams ended up, but Sassuolo, I thought, would be pretty happy with that draw. Torino, I thought, got a very solid team. Deulofeu, Candreva, Astori, De Vrij, and Wojciech Szczesny, all above the 80 rating. And just going to show that these teams did get randomized really evenly in the Serie A. I think this might be the closest one. We move on to Udinese, who again, a very well-rounded team, probably a bit better than Torino. Icardi, Allen, Koulibaly, and Sorrentino are the 80+ rated players. I think this is going to be I think Udinese might be the dark horses. Alright, so halfway through the season, it's Inter Milan at the top of the table, and I'm not sure why Inter Milan at the top of the table, to be honest. Considering the fact that they have two players under the 70 rating and one player at 71 rating, I'm not sure where exactly they've picked up the talent, but that seems to happen every single time. I always say, well, this team's going to do good, and then they don't do good. Look at AC Milan. They're sitting in 9th at the moment. I thought they were going in with the best team, but apparently not. But as you can see, a really well-rounded sort of table. The goal differences aren't huge halfway through the season, even in the bottom teams. Like Atalanta at a -9, so no one's really been blown out of the water. It's been a very, very tight league, that's for sure. But look, Chievo Verona aren't last. They're 18th, if you can believe that, with their team. How they're not last, I'm not quite sure, actually. And here we go, at the end of the season, it's AC Milan, who have jumped up from 9th to 1st in half a season. And they've won the league. Finally, one of my picks wins. Finally, it all makes sense. AC Milan have won by 4 points over Sampdoria and Inter Milan and Empoli. Wow, a lot of teams on the same points. 5 points separating 1st and 5th. Juventus in 5th. I'm guessing that bench really helped them out. Lazio, Napoli, Udinese, Fiorentina, Bologna, Roma, Sassuolo, Genoa, Pescara. Chievo Verona came in 15th. They didn't come last with one of the worst teams we've ever seen. Well, one of the worst teams I think we've ever seen in a randomizer, and they didn't come last. Well done to Chievo Verona. I really thought they were going to get like no points this season. I was really scared for them to be. I really thought they'd get embarrassed. Looking at the top goal scorers, it was Balde Diao. I don't know why that name seems so weird. I just know him as Balde Keita. That's to me, that's his name. I'm not sure why we have to change it. Why is it Balde Diao? I don't like that. I like Balde Keita, who's picked up 19 goals. Lige got 15, and then Hetemai and Eder picked up 13 apiece. Higuain, I don't see his name. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's not there. I'm not sure. Maybe he took a holiday or something. I don't know. I don't know where Higuain is, but how could he not even get just at least 10 goals for the season? If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a like on the video. Your guys' support has not been unnoticed. I love you guys so much. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I have actually found it very difficult to make videos over the past 2 weeks or so. I've been sick, but also, for the people waiting on the Leicester career mode, if you didn't know, we are doing one, but for the people waiting on that, and for the people waiting on Messi Stoke Adventure, I haven't forgotten about those series. It's just very difficult to make those series right now, because I don't know why I've been sick for so long. I don't know why I still have these symptoms, but I still can't do videos like that yet. I mean, I'll try and get a Messi Stoke Adventure up soon. Leicester City career mode as well. So for the guys waiting for that, which I know a lot of you watching right now probably didn't even know we had a Leicester City career mode, but nevertheless, I will be doing my damnedest to get those out to you soon. I have not forgotten about those series. They are still going, but for now, these videos are getting views, so I'm going to make them. Let's just put it that way. No, but on a serious note, guys, thank you so much for your support. Do leave a like and do subscribe if you're new around here. As I said before, I hope you did enjoy today's video. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.